2.
That's beautiful.
What you say? So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go.
We on fire.
KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Here we go like that. Yeah. Here we go like that. Yeah. Here we go like that. Yeah.
If your girl only knew.
It's all fake. I didn't realize that. I was wondering how these women were getting these hourglass shapes with the big booty and the small waist. It's a tummy tuck. I had no idea. Well, I am so naive with everything. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Let's go to Don in LA. What's going on, Don?
Hey, I was just calling to add on about the Kwanzaa.
Yes,
and
Don.
understanding.
Are you with me? Listen, Molly Bell and Charles says that we should just do a little bit more education and learn these Swahili words. I'm thinking it would be easier if they were just in English first.
Well, okay. Well, you had made a point that everybody's language was taken away from them.
Yeah.
And like if we call ourselves quote unquote African Americans, well then we should have a little bit more knowledge of the languages. Okay, I know how to speak Spanish in a lot of different formats. Okay, but that's not African. Okay, we speak quote unquote English.
Right.
So, so to be able to understand certain words, maybe some people might make it to the continent, and they might encounter people that speak Swahili, and maybe those terminologies will resonate with them. Okay, I'm not saying.
I mean, you got a point. You got a point. I mean, you got a point.
Okay, so the other point I wanted to share with you is that those principles of Kwanzaa should be a staple or a standard in our conversations, so we can get more unity in the community.
I'm with that.
Okay.
I'm with that. But like, we all got to get on the same page with that,
Right. But if we continue, you have a voice right now.
Yeah.
And you're okay. I'm communicating with you over the airwaves because I'm listening to you, and so being able to share more with us to reunify our community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I need to do a better job of making it a bigger deal, because it's always like this afterthought. This Christmas is the big thing, then there's Hanukkah, and then there's Kwanzaa. It's kind of like, oh yeah, it's Kwanzaa, and it just doesn't get the same notoriety. There are diehard people who celebrate it every single year and champion.
I do.
But I think Kwanzaa in itself is a great tool for helping us to come together as Africans in this American diaspora, or as Africans in America, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that we can learn to support each other, and create a new culture, or at least connect to our historic culture that is lost.
Americans have to continue. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
You sure? Okay. No, all I was saying that, if we can continue that as a core principle on how we conduct ourselves in our community, nobody else wants to recognize it. We can't wait for other people to identify us and or let us be united with ourselves instead of being spread across all the social media, spread across all the other social norms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Christmas was developed through Constantine back in 335, so he could spread Christianity, so he could regain power through quote-unquote Christmas. Okay, so we'll let Kwanzaa reunify us in a culture and understanding of us as a people, as a group. We're not separated. We got divided because of quote unquote the slave trade and all of that. And we're
I think in order for what you're saying to happen, which I think is a great thing, and it should happen. We need people who are on a higher who have higher visibility. Somebody like a Barack Obama would be nice. To champion.
That won't happen.
Well, you never know. But to champion something like a Kwanzaa.
No. Hey, listen, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about that. if it was while he had 8 years.
Yeah.
To do what he needed to do, it didn't happen.
Yeah, listen, don't get me started.
I'm not bashing. It's just like there were a lot of topics that weren't addressed.
I know. But if you bring that up, people get mad at you. You bring that up, everybody start getting mad at you.
I'm gonna just leave it right there.
The patron Saint Obama, you can't say nothing wrong about him.
Okay, I know. I appreciated him. I was in close quarters with him. I've had personal interactions with him. Okay, so long story short, let them be them.
All right.
And okay, but what I'm sharing with you is just to, instead of letting it just be for these 7 days, let it be an ongoing, pervading consciousness and content.
Yeah, I think that's a great. You know what, Don? I think this is a great idea. I think that would probably make it easier for us to remember if it stayed ongoing throughout the year. Maybe we could make one. What? Is it how many days is it? Is it 7 days? 7 days. I was going to say make it 1 day a month, or one principle a month. How do we spread 7 throughout 12?
No, well, you can't share it through a 12 degree. There has to be a recognition of all the principles.
No, I'm trying to simplify it for black people. Listen, we like our things, our customs easy.
Well, the bottom line is, hey, racism ain't easy. I got to go through it every day. Okay? So, but if I had more people that were conscious that, okay, yeah, we know we're still going through this. We're still going through Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and post-slavery.
Yeah.
Okay? So now we don't know which way to go. We've gone through segregation, which really I think that we need to self-segregate ourselves so we can come back and focus in and understand who we are as a collective.
What were you going to say, Shante?
It's not just an...
Hold on one second. What are you going to say?
Hello?
No, let him finish.
No, go ahead.
Because I'm going to pivot
off
of this a little bit.
No, go ahead and finish.
Okay, so that's all I'm sharing with you.
All right.
As far as understanding the principles of Kwanzaa.
All right. I appreciate you, John. I'll take that to heart. All right.
Yeah, and whoever wants to make a pivot, I don't know why, but go ahead and say what you got to say.
Oh no, you guys sparked. You guys just sparked something in my mind, and I wanted you to be able to finish what you were saying before I changed the subject a little.
All right.
I was being respectful.
All right, Don. Thanks for the call. I appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you.
All right. What do we spark in your mind?
So I'm sitting here and I'm like, you were talking about all the different cultures coming out of Mexico and everything. And I'm thinking about how we were stripped of all of our languages, all of our culture, our tribes, and the fact that, people are always thinking, why can't black people get along? And maybe it's tribal. That if we were able to actually trace back our roots and actually say, I'm actually from this tribe, and put all of those different tribes together, would we stand a better shot? Because we were never meant to get on, because our values are different. Our beliefs are different. Our languages
not a monolith.
That
makes sense.
We're not a monolith. But if we were to somehow collectively get back to the people, our people, we always talk about our people, the people who get us, that makes sense, like, would that be like the root to us you know, having unity in our communities, because it'd be like, you know, within the tribes,
Yeah.
you know, there was a collective, there was a hierarchy, that people got along, people understood, they respected the hierarchy in the different tribes. And then obviously you had to battle other tribes if that was the case, but you could also make peace with other tribes and so on and so forth. But it's an instinct, like something way back in our heritage, like we sometimes don't get on with each other because, like, yo, we're never supposed to get along. You're from here, I'm from way over here.
You know, I
don't know why.
That's a very interesting, because there is a tribal thing here amongst black people in this country. You have the bourgeois, you know, who kind of stick to their own little crew and class, and then you have the ordinary individuals at the bottom of the barrel, you know, and then you got some in the middle that rotate back and forth. That is a very interesting thought there. If we could find out
what tribe I actually came from and get with that group of people, would my life make more sense? Would those people understand me
better than Ooh. Look at this. You're putting that Broadway noggin to use.
Listen, sometimes she's a thinker, guys.
No, you know what I think it is? It's the baby. You got two brains inside of you right now.
That's funny.
Maybe it's the man inside of me right now.
That is an amazing thing. I've often wanted to figure out and do a study on culture and religion in the African continent, because I really don't know too much about it. I mean, you know, the only thing I know about is, the only thing I've been studying is Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, you know, and a little bit of Hindu, which is kind of complicated. But I really don't know where to even go to start when looking at religious backgrounds and cultures and practices when it comes to the African. I don't know if there's enough education out there that really kind of breaks it down to where you know, here's what the Nigerians believe and what they what their history states, because I don't know any of it.
Because if you look at America, even if you look at white America, when white Americans immigrated here, the Italians, the Russians,
they still kept their tradition.
They still kept their tribes.
Yeah.
You didn't have Italians move into this neighborhood. They came and they were able to collectively stick within their tribe.
And they still supported each other.
And they still can support each other. But because they were like, we'll take this African from this, here, there was already a conflict and misunderstanding. Like, this person I'm at war with, I've been at war with him and his tribe, and now we're in America and we have to get on collectively. But that, whatever, you know, they talk about, the history of us is still, it's still
because we're united. Of us, we're united by the place that we came from. But even watching that movie, the Woman King, you know, that was a very interesting look at the different tribes and how they were warring and you know, how they were selling some off and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to do some research into that and see if we can track down the history of that. Akil, I see your phone call. Not JW again. I mean, we're gonna get to you guys when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where truth prevails.
The tricky station is down the dial.
The movie moved you, but the stage play will blow you away.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
It's Jacarius Johnson's New Jack City, live on stage. Nino Brown.
Times like these, people want to get high and real fast.
G-Money.
They be going crazy over this, man.
They were at the top of their game.
You was living for the money.
But when loyalty and trust takes a hit,
You act like I owe you something. You do. I don't owe you jack.
so does survival.
CMB. Man, we all we got. Your $5 ass down before I make change.
Rock a bomb, baby.
It's Jacarius Johnson's New Jack City, live on stage, starring Big Daddy Kane, Stretch from Naughty by Nature, Flex Alexander, the original G-Money, Alan Payne, and Gary Dordan. January 20th through 22nd at the Orpheum Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster and Jacarius.com.
It's crazy calling me, man. They calling me, man.
A Jacarius Entertainment production.
Are you ready?
Stock up and save big now on appliances and more at the Truckload event at Lowe's. For a limited time only, get up to an additional $600 off select major appliances and instant savings from top brands like Whirlpool and Frigidaire. Plus, get store-wide savings on even more items that you need. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Valid 12/29 through 1/4.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Thinking about gas mileage?
If your check engine light is on, it may be affecting your MPGs, but the free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help. With the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes, you'll know what's affecting your gas mileage and more, and you don't have to drive too far to find the fix. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service is available at all 6,200 stores.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
See details at AutoZone.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, reminding you when we fight, we win. Asian Americans Advancing Justice is the nation's largest legal and civil rights organization for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Founded in 1983 as the Asian Pacific American Legal Center, Advancing Justice LA serves more than 15,000 individuals and organizations every year. Their mission is to advocate for civil rights, provide legal services and education, and build coalitions to positively influence and impact Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, and to create a more equitable and harmonious society. To volunteer, make a donation, or seek assistance, visit advancingjustice-la.org. That's advancingjustice-la.org. Or call 888-349-9695. 888-349-9695. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We're not ratings driven.
We're engagement driven.
You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Check it out.
All right, let's go to Akil, who runs Kwanzaa Festival here in Los Angeles. I'm learning so much. I didn't know there was a Kwanzaa Festival here in Los Angeles.
Wasn't it here in Leimert Park this past weekend?
Yes, we were there in Leimert Park.
Yep.
Oh, my brother.
Were.
Yes, all right now.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, my friend. I'm hanging by a thread.
Okay, now, okay, let's back up. I said in English, how you doing? This is Kwanzaa. If I had said in Swahili, I had said habari gani, which is what's new. The response, whether I say it in Swahili or English, should be the principle of the day. The day today is Nia.
Wait. If you say how am I doing, I'm supposed to say Nia?
No, purpose. You're supposed to say purpose?
Well, yeah, but this is why.
Nia is purpose.
Yeah. But is that what you're saying? How am I supposed to know that?
Well, first of all,
being black is hard, man. This is very hard.
No, it's not. It's not hard. It just means that we need to be humble.
Okay, I'm with that.
And to study something about ourselves, you know? Now, I'd like to share some things that I know about Kwanzaa, if I may. May I?
Yes, sir. Let's hear it.
I'm going to go all the way back to 1960.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Siri was listening to. Go ahead.
1963, a brother named Arthur Joseph Graham founded the Black Student Council in Cal State San Diego. Its first president was Napoleon Knapp Jones. In 1964, a man named Malcolm X had a meeting, the inaugural meeting of the Organization of Afro-American Unity. When Art Graham heard of this, he penned a document known as the 7 Principles. And he had a Black Student Union delegate by the name of Joshua von Woolfolk go to New York for this inaugural meeting of the OAAU, the Organization of Afro-American Unity. And Josh presented the document, the 7 Principles, which was supposed to be used as a value structure for all member organizations of the OAAU. Now, fast forward to 1965, we know that Malcolm was assassinated in 65, February 21st. But now, Karenga was, here's where Karenga gets involved. He was asked to translate the document, 7 Principles, to the titles, 7 Principles, Unity Through Faith, into Swahili.
Oh, really?
And that's what he did. Yes. And so then later in 1965, he was he was tasked with he was told at a meeting. I'll name some names.
Okay.
It was Joe. It was Joe Vinson, Vinson, who had Karenga on behalf of the Black Student Council to translate the document into Swahili, leaving the English text alone. Then, at a meeting that took place in his living room, Joe and Gloria Vinson, in their living room, where Karenga was told, "We want you to start a holiday." It started from December 26th to January 1st, based upon the 7 principles, and give it an African name.
Let me ask you a question. Are we supposed to give gifts during Kwanzaa, or is this just more about education and coming together?
Well, you can give gifts. Gifts are primarily given to the children. But you can give gifts to each other, to the adults.
And on what day?
Nobody's saying not.
Well, maybe it's a gift for every day of the principles, and maybe that might be a great teaching moment for the children of like, hey, here's your Kwanzaa, here's your 7 days of Kwanzaa. And
if that's what you wish to do.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to simplify Kwanzaa so that everybody can catch on to it.
Okay. Well, the point is to take a moment and to understand that, number one, let me take it all the way back.
Because listen, this thing was designed in the '60s before we had social media, before there was Instagram.
Excuse me.
No. But what I'm saying is that people's attention spans are short now, and so
that may be so, but it may be so. But hear this.
Okay.
Kwanzaa had been prophesied in 96 A.D. with the publishing of the Book of Revelations. That's when Revelations was first published. When it talks about the mark of the beast, and the mark of the beast was the mark of a man, and his number.
Wait, when was the Book of Revelations, or when was this first prophesied?
It was 96 A.D. when the Book of Revelations was first published. Okay, and in that you learn that the mark of the beast is the mark of a man, and his number is 666. On 12/26/1966, you add those numbers up, you get a 6. At 1302.
See, this is where you're losing me now. You're losing me with math.
No, but see, hold on. Now,
okay, all right. I'll hang in here.
Why do you keep?
You're losing me. I'm telling you, you're losing me.
But I mean, come on now. You got to listen. I respect due.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
At 1302, that was the address. Santa Barbara. It was the address of the Aquarian Spiritual Center and Bookshop. And 1302 adds up to 6. Santa Barbara was the code name our ancestors in Cuba, no less, used to hide their worship of Shango. If they had been caught saying anything or doing anything in honor of Shango, they could have been killed or at least beaten. Because Shango was considered the hero to the slave. Shango fights for the underdog, fights for the slave. And as a consequence of this, not as a consequence, rather, but Shango's number is 6.
Okay.
So, and Shango is pictured as being a man, just like the prophecy said. So that is the fulfillment of the 666 prophecy, right then and there.
All right. Okay.
And now, hold on one second.
I done gave you 15 hold-ons now. Wrap it up.
No.
We got to wrap it up because you're running out of time. I'm getting short on time. Go ahead.
Okay. All I'm saying to you is that Kwanzaa was prophesied. All right. Kwanzaa is ours. Kwanzaa started a new age. Kwanzaa is the only time that I know that a new age can be pinpointed. Kwanzaa was not started by just one person.
Right.
Kwanzaa was started by a collective of people. And some of the names I can mention, Ngao Damu, he was key. It is because of Ngao Damu that Kwanzaa is spelled with 7 letters.
Yeah.
Because it was a little girl named Kinamu. Kinamu wanted to be a part of a skit that Damu had put together. And the skit had the children say, K stands for Kenya. Kenya is a country in East Africa where they speak Swahili. W stands for Watusi, and the Watusi are people who live in Rwanda where they speak Swahili. Now, and so forth on down the line. Now, Kinamba wanted to be a part of this skit, and so Damu made an extra letter for her. not for her, but he had his daughter wear that letter. His daughter's name is Terry Damu. And you can hear this on the BBC site, First Kwanzaa.
That's where they put the extra A in Kwanzaa. Is that right?
Yes, but you're only going to see KWANZA. You have to look at the picture carefully, and you'll see she has something in her hand.
Okay.
The girl in the leopard skin motif. What she has in her hand is string. She explains, if you listen to the narrative on the BBC site, she explains that when it came time to take photographs, cover that A up, hide it. And she pulled the little boy that's in front of her to help hide that A. But you see the string that she has in her hand.
Well, Akil, I got to run because I'm getting close up to the time. I appreciate the history lesson here. You got a website where people? I know you run the Kwanzaa in LA. Is there a website they can check you out?
You just said it. Kwanzaa in Los Angeles.
Kwanzaa in Los Angeles.
Facebook page.
Okay.
Kwanzaa in Los Angeles, and you'll see the original symbols for the 7 principles. You'll see the Kwanzaa calendar. There is a Kwanzaa calendar. You'll see all of that on the Facebook page, Kwanzaa in Los Angeles.
All right, Akil. Thank you so much. Have a good one. All right, Akil. There's a whole
so if it was prophesized and 666 were the letters, how come Kwanzaa got 7 letters? Not 6.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Well, no.
I'm so confused.
I'll tell you that because he just gave you an explanation. They added an extra A to it. Because Kwanzaa is an actual African word. But we'll talk about that when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Kanye West is reportedly missing. The rapper's former business manager says Kanye has been on the fly for weeks over a lawsuit being brought against him. Thomas St. John is currently suing Kanye for nearly $5 million, but the suit can't move forward until the rapper is served the necessary legal documents. Southwest Airlines is getting back on track after causing widespread travel disruptions this week. A statement from the airline says it's eager to return to a state of normalcy today with minimal disruptions. Gas prices are on the rise as the year winds down. AAA reports the national average price for a regular is $3.17 a gallon, marking the 3rd straight day of higher prices. The national average is up 8 cents over the past week. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
On the 5 southbound, that's in Granada Hills before the 210, a crash is blocking the carpool lane. Overall, it's a busy ride from the 14. 710 southbound in Linwood, that's at the 105, a crash still has the right lane blocked, so overall you'll see a busy ride from Washington. And if you're on the 91 eastbound in Anaheim Hills at Weir Canyon, a crash there is taking away the right lane. That's causing some heavy delays from Imperial Highway.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
Save big store-wide at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. For a limited time, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Shop the event in-store or online today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
LA's 2 NFL teams square off Sunday at SoFi. The Chargers are 6.5-point favorites over the Rams. The Battle of LA is a lot more important to the Chargers. The 5-10 Rams were eliminated from playoff contention 2 weeks ago. The Chargers clinched a wildcard spot in the AFC. At the moment, they are the number 6 seed, but need to win their final 2 games to move up to 5th. At 5, the Chargers will play at Jacksonville or Tennessee. At 6, the Chargers are looking at trips to Cincinnati, KC, Baltimore, or Buffalo. USC is in Arlington, Texas for the Cotton Bowl. The Trojans play Tulane on Monday. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. on ESPN. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests really surprise us.
Let me just close with saying I downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it. I'm enjoying your format and what have you. I will tweet it to my several 100,000 followers and call their attention to it as well.
If the KBLA 1580 app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share, you should download the app and share with your friends too.
That's beautiful.
What you say? So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We got a lot to talk about.
The latest AARP holiday shopping and scam survey of adults 18 plus revealed 78% of black consumers have experienced some type of fraud. 40% have experienced fraud when buying a product online. 33% have had a package stolen from outside of their door. For more information, check it all out at aarp.org/holidayscams.
On Sunday, January 15th at 4 p.m., SCLC Southern California presents Moving into the Promise of the Beloved Community at the 52nd Annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Legacy Celebration. President William D. Smart invites you to attend the celebration on Dr. King's birthday, Sunday, January 15th, 4 p.m. at the Sheraton LAX, 6101 West Century Boulevard. This year's event will honor community members who have made a significant impact in 2022, including our own Tavis Smiley, who will also deliver the keynote address. For tickets, call 213-268-3082 or email Pastor Smart at sclc-sc.org. That's 213-268-3082 or email Pastor Smart at sclc-sc.org. Don't miss SCLC Southern California's 52nd Annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Legacy Celebration, Sunday, January 15th, 4 p.m. at the Sheraton LAX.
Congratulations to Compton Sheriff's Department Civil Management Bureau for being selected as the KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Visit the KBLA app to enter your office to win the Office of the Week. Congratulations, Compton Sheriff's Department Civil Management Bureau.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
I don't even know. I have no idea. What is this that you sent here? Actor Hosea Sanchez?
Yeah, you know from the game, that TV show, The Game.
Wait, did we meet this guy? Is it Hosea?
I don't know.
Is this actor Hosea Sanchez? Is that right?
I don't know.
Shares words of encouragement for Megan Thee Stallion. Hosea Sanchez says Megan Pete, using her real name because she's a real human being, not a prop or a stallion. Well, she calls herself a stallion. She's a black woman who was assaulted by a man. After hearing the 911 call and the jail call, my heart further bleeds for this woman. Imagine being shot multiple times and then protecting the shooter by lying for him. The logic behind that alone is mind-blowing to me. The amount of trauma and damage she's faced through the assault, judgment, and callousness by her own people is sad. The amount of black women and men who didn't and still don't believe her is sickening. Yes, there are inconsistencies, which is normal because clearly Kylie got everyone blackout drunk upon entering her home that night. I guarantee you this, if this had happened to Kylie that night, she wouldn't have had to convince anyone she was shot, and by who? I don't know. I would still be like, I'm still confused. Mm-hmm. You know, I know Tori played a big hand in this, though. Never Megan will have a long road to becoming healthy and whole again. However, one thing clear to me, God has his hand over her life because I don't know how many humans who can navigate some of what she's been through in her life and still crack a smile. Protect black women. A lot of people can navigate this. I mean, you got shrapnel in the foot. It's not like she got shot 7 times and was on life support like the 50 Cent movie.
I don't think he's just talking about the injury. I think he's talking about the backlash and people calling her a liar.
Well, this is what happens.
That's the part.
Okay, so let me
that she's having to navigate. People not believing her.
Yes, I understand it, and it is wrong for them not to believe her. Although she has lended a little bit to that through her actions for people not to believe her by lying on national TV. That's a fact.
Right. But can I say something real quick about this? I just read an article that the reason, at least for part of her lies, the reason she said she lied was because she didn't believe the boys' club would necessarily believe her. So whether she lied or told the truth, nobody would believe her either way. That's what it seems like.
She wasn't under oath, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
No, she wasn't under oath. But I mean,
I don't have to tell y'all nothing.
What I'm saying is that if you want credibility, when you're dealing with the public, you're dealing with snapshots. Like, people don't know you. They don't know Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go look in the comment section of any video online and look at the rhetoric that people are having. That's what you have to deal with. They don't know who Meg Thee Stallion was. They weren't there that night. Who knows why Megan didn't want to tell the exact truth of what happened? Maybe she was embarrassed by sleeping with Tory behind Kelsey's back. Maybe she didn't want people to know she was messing with a leprechaun, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Little leprechaun.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, who knows? Maybe she thought it was bad for her career. Maybe, who knows what the situation was. But, you know,
she could have been advised on that.
She could have been advised.
He's like, if they ask this question, don't say no.
You know. At the end of the day. But, you know, this Hosea, whoever the hell this dude, he can just go kick rocks. Wow. You know, go kick rocks.
Believe black women, guys.
Who says we don't?
Believe black women.
What is this? Like, you guys are like...
Don't persecute them for telling the truth. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yes, Andy. This narrative, man. This whole narrative, like, we don't believe you.
Hey, Andy, what you got to say back there?
He has a lot, Andy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that...
Talk louder. We can't hear you.
Eat the mic. Eat
the mic, Andy.
There we go.
There we go.
I do remember hearing, or maybe reading an article about Megan Thee Stallion where one of the reasons why she lied is because culturally, us as black people, we don't like to comply with law enforcement. Hence, you know what I'm saying, her kind of still protecting Tory Lanez throughout the situation. So she felt pressure amongst our community to not, you know.
Well, did she want to protect Tory Lanez, or did she not want to protect Tory Lanez? Because you can't have it both ways. Because you didn't protect him at the end of the day, because you could have went missing.
She protected his life, though, from the law enforcement. You know, you come into a situation like that, it's like he's got the gun, now everybody's gun's drawn. You know what I'm saying? I think she protected him in that sense.
All right, I mean, I'll give you that. You know, I don't look. I don't. It's all messy, and Tory's going to pay for his messiness, his part in the messiness. I don't like individuals like this who got things to say, because he don't know the truth. There's only 4 people who were there who really know exactly what happened. I think by the preponderance of evidence and Tory's own statements, yes, he shot a gun multiple times, and some of the bullet fragments ended up in her foot. I think that's an accurate statement there.
I'm done with you with this conversation. So he shot, and somebody got shot.
He shot a gun and bullet fragments.
Somebody got shot.
Yes, that's it.
So he's the shooter.
Yes, absolutely.
Boom. Shakalaka, that's it.
Yes. Well, no, he says, imagine being shot multiple times and then protecting the shooter. I don't know how many times she was shot.
Shot at.
He says, imagine being shot multiple times. Not shot at, shot multiple times. Let's keep everything accurate.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, you guys like to fib and flub the truth. You know, come on now. Fit a narrative. Let's keep it accurate. How many bullet holes did you see? In her foot. In her
lot.
Foot.
Looks bad.
How many times you been shot? A lot.
Yeah. This guy's just, you know, people people like this should just shut up and because what he's doing is playing to a female audience. I've seen his kind before. Devon Franklin is
such a hater.
Devon Franklin is another one of those guys.
But you don't like it when men don't agree with your narrative, right?
Well, what's my narrative?
Opposite this guy.
No, my narrative. I told you when Tori is responsible for Meg's.
But this guy's taking more of a softer. Opinion, and it bothers you, and that's why I'm just kind of wondering.
A supportive opinion.
There you go. Support. You know what? What really bothers me is that narratives can be created without the full truth being known. That we like to fudge it to look a certain way without everybody being accountable. There's accountability. There's accountable parts all on everybody that night. Nobody had to go to the party. Nobody had to get super drunk. Nobody had to sit there and fight in a car. Nobody had to pull out a gun. Everybody's accountable for their actions. Now, does everybody deserve to be shot? No.
No.
And Tori's going to pay for that at the end of the day. But there's a lot of accountability to go around. It's messy in this situation. Tori could have stayed home. Megan could have stayed home. Kelsey could have stayed home.
Listen, alcohol is the real villain here, you guys.
I won't even say that.
Alcohol and drugs, yo.
I can't even blame alcohol.
Don't let one extra shot change the narrative of your whole life.
I mean, alcohol may cause you to get reckless.
If you're going to drink, be responsible. Make sure you put food in your system. Don't go with the intent to get jacked up. Make sure you're watching your drinks, you're drinking your water. Have fun. If you need a little buzz, whatever, have fun, but be responsible because it can change the narrative of your whole life.
Let me hear, how does a Shantae Carmel Blake fun night sound? I would love to hear this. I would love to hear, how does one have a good night?
Are you kidding me?
I just want to know. I want to know, how does one have a good night?
I'm the life of the party.
No, how does one have a good night? I'm going out to college.
I didn't say don't drink.
No,
I said be responsible for yourself when you drink.
What does that look like? I'm going to Kylie Jenner's house tonight. We're having a pool party. I got my thong out and everything.
I'm gonna have a glass of wine, a couple of glasses of wine. I'm gonna people watch. I love it. If the music is jumping, let's go. And, if I get to get in the pool, that's great, too. But I don't need to get blackout drunk to enjoy it, to say we had a time last night. We had a time I don't need to be blackout drunk for that.
No blackout drunk? Yeah. I'm just asking.
Listen.
I'm just asking. Just asking a question.
No, blackout drunk is the worst.
It's
so you're right. It's not worth it.
I don't need to be blackout drunk to have a good time. I could be completely sober and have the best time because I'm fun.
But, also, don't you know the company that you keep? Like, I know my friends, especially if I'm hanging around with them, and I'm going to assume that Megan Thee Stallion, knew Tory Lanez and, how he is. Is it possible that, she knew that, maybe when he drinks he might act up and maybe he always carries a weapon? I know my friends who are very open about having guns. I wouldn't hang out with any of them. In fact, I would never because I'd be scared going to a party with them, alcohol, and then an accident happening. Yeah. We know the company we keep sometimes. So like you said, everybody's accountable.
Yeah, I think they probably just wanted to go to Kylie Jenner's house. I mean, these are the Kardashians.
What? Who cares about? Is everybody going to get over the Kardashian stuff?
It's not even about that, though. Like, if Kylie Jenner or somebody posts them, the amount of exposure that they get off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's clout chasing.
Well, I understand Kylie, but the Kim Kardashian, I don't know. There's a lot of people that I see on social media. And I'm not talking about my age. I'm talking all ages. They're over her. So that's why I'm so confused. You hear all these people on all these posts. And, I talked to my daughter, and she's like, our friends are so over it. But they're still glamorized. It's bizarre to me.
It's a clique, man. You want to get into that higher upper echelon clique of celebrity.
I used to hang out when I was younger at Jamie Foxx's house. Awesome guy, by the way. Very welcoming. He welcomes everybody into his home as long as you don't act a nut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? So I can't imagine going to Jamie Foxx's house knowing that this invitation is probably not extended to everybody, getting blackout drunk and acting a fool and never being able to come back. So when I would think that I would go to a place like that and be like, yo, I want this invitation to happen again. I'm not.
Yeah.
I need to be in control of self. I know what alcohol does. These are not 21-year-olds. These are 30-year-olds. You know exactly what alcohol does. You know what your tolerance levels are. You've been practicing at this for quite some time
Maybe
now.
they don't know what their tolerance levels are.
You've been practicing this for quite some time. You didn't turn 21 yesterday.
There's a point where you feel, and it hits you around 30, I think, where you're like, I can't drink as much as I used to.
Yeah, of course.
Listen.
Maybe that's what they're dealing with now.
It changes.
There are some people who just like to get blasted. There's people who just enjoy just drinking to the point where they get just so messed up.
Yeah.
You're numb and you don't want to feel. It's a thing.
Yeah. All right, listen, more of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. Can you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. And we don't black down.
$1 billion fund is helping California homeowners make late payment. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Relief is available for homeowners struggling to pay their mortgage due to financial hardships caused by the pandemic. The California Mortgage Relief Program is providing a lifeline for qualifying California property owners, especially in underserved communities. Proponents of the program regard it as a safeguard to protecting generational wealth and assets. Grants up to $80,000 for past due mortgages and up to $20,000 for missed property taxes will be distributed to households facing pandemic-related financial hardship. There are no fees to apply, and the grants never have to be paid back. The relief payments are distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. The application is at camortgagerelief.org, and it includes a calculator to help see if you qualify. Contact the Program Center at 1-888-840-2594 for more.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
All right, a couple things before we get out of here. Barbara Walters, we're getting, has passed away. They say one of the biggest and most recognizable news anchors in the world has died. A legendary ABC broadcaster passed away in New York City. She had receded from public view from the past several years. Yeah. Opting to live a private life. She hadn't been seen out since about 2016. That's right. She started like slowly removing herself from the view, right? I think. Wow. Her 60-plus career was in part catapulted by her coverage of John F. Kennedy's assassination in 1963. She came on air to report the story alongside Hugh Downs, giving a man on the street perspective in New York City. She interviewed Fidel Castro, Monica Lewinsky.
I did not realize she was 93.
When we either. It seemed like she was.
I'm like,
she's
she's 70? You know, wow.
It's plastic surgery. Like she had that Joan Rivers thing going on where Joan still kept her face looking very, very good. You know, when you're doing TV, you gotta somewhat keep it up. You know, it's a nasty business. I mean, well, she was 93. You know, and she lived a good life and a very wonderful life. You know, full of. I mean, you know, I guarantee she died a rich woman.
Do you feel old when you hear stories like this?
It does, because there's kind of a changing of the guard going on.
Mhm.
And then there's some people who are younger who are like, who's Barbara Walters?
I know.
You know, it's like these are people we kind of grew up with.
Yeah.
And they're like, is she like Doja Cat? I don't know. You know, like it's just,
All right.
you know, that's what really makes me feel old is when people don't have any reference points to what you kind of grew up with.
I think James Earl Jones is, you know.
The last one?
He's
still alive?
He's
still alive.
He's still alive.
He's still hanging.
You haven't seen him.
You have not seen him.
Mm-mm.
You know, and I get it.
And he just got a theater named after him on Broadway.
Oh, did he?
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Him and Lena Horne.
Oh, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing before we get out of here also. So shouts out to Barbara Walters. You know, job well done, I guess you could say.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I mean, you know, we were just talking about Bill Cosby. Would you go support his tour dates, which is going to go on tour next year? We got another accuser.
Another accuser coming forward?
Bill Cosby accuser Stacey Pinkerton is taking him to court, suing him over a sexual assault she claims happened during the comedian's time on The Cosby Show. Cosby Camp says it's a money grab. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Stacey claims Bill sexually assaulted her way back in 1986 when she was approximately 21 years old, and she says he used his power, influence, and authority as the Cosby Show star to groom her. Stacey claims she met Bill in 1986, and he invited her to New York, where the NBC sitcom was filmed, to be on the show. She says she was working as a flight attendant and a model at the time, and Bill promised to help her career. In the document, Stacey claims she agreed to hang out with Bill in New York under the pretense Cosby was interested in advancing her career as a model and actress, but she claims he had ulterior motives. Stacey claims Bill took her to the Cosby Show studio in New York, and they filmed an episode, though she didn't appear in the final edit. She says he put her up in a hotel and gave her money, which she claims was a manipulation tactic to gain her trust. Under the guise of helping her career, Stacey claims Bill arranged for them to meet again in 1986, this time in Chicago. And she says he drugged her food at dinner and then took her to a private hotel room at the Drake Hotel where he sexually assaulted her and forced her to have intercourse.
How does she remember if she was drugged?
Stacey claims. I thought you just on the whole believe women train 2 seconds ago.
I know.
Stacey claims.
That is my only question. How do these women remember what happened if they're drugged? Those two things don't go together.
Well,
now you see where I'm going.
Wait. That's not necessarily true. When you are Mickey'd, you can remember bits and pieces. So you can. It is a thing.
I just woke up like this.
Yeah, but you can remember getting groggy, and so you know something happened. So you can remember at least that part. You can also remember if somebody kind of violates your space, so to speak, and then you kind of black out.
So Stacey claims she was incapable of consent because she was physically helpless, and she says he used his power, influence, and status to silence her after the assault.
But she kept coming back.
Well, he wanted to help her career. Met her in 1986, put her on The Cosby Show. She didn't make the final edit. Met again. So I guess there was no influence. It was the second date.
She was groomed. That's what she says. He was grooming her.
Stacey says she was incapable of consent because she was physically helpless, and she says he used his power, influence, and status to silence her after the assault. In the suit, Stacey claims Bill People called her in September 1986 and told her he wanted her in the audience for a comedy show, and she says she went there in order to confront him. Stacey claims when the show was over, Bill came over to her and forcibly kissed her and touched her butt without her consent. She says she started yelling and was booted from the venue. Well, then there's got to be witnesses to that, then, right? She's suing Cosby for sexual battery, and she's going after him for damages. Bill's rep Andrew Wyatt tells TMZ unwilling to accept that actor and comedian Bill Cosby was vindicated by the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court almost a year and a half ago. Miss Pinkerton has decided to join Miss all Reds entourage of alleged accusers. As we've always stated, and now America can see, this isn't about justice for victim of alleged sexual assault. It's all about money. We believe that the courts, as well as the court of public opinion, will follow the rules of law and relieve Mr. Cosby of these alleged accusations. Mr. Cosby continues to vehemently deny all accusations waged against him and look forward to defending himself in court.
What's this lady's name? Stacey Pinkerton?
Stacey Pinkerton. She's part of Gloria Allred's.
And is she white or black?
Come on.
What is she?
Her name's Stacey Pinkerton.
Okay, what did I say previously? I'm just using it. What did I say? I said believe who?
Black women?
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, we've closed that case.
Oh, wait. Don't believe white women.
Listen,
believe black women.
My statement was, no, you try to call me. Weren't you just saying, I said believe black women. That's what I said.
You know what? What do they call that? Saved by wordplay.
It's not a word. That wasn't a play on words. I said
by wordplay.
Listen, let me tell you. Emmett Till. I said believe black women.
All right.
White women in this country have a long, sordid history.
No, there were black women, that accused him too.
Beverly Johnson?
So do we? But there was more than one. It wasn't just one.
I thought it was all.
There were. I know there were two that I know of. There might have been more, but there were two. One was Beverly Johnson, and one I don't know if she was an actress or what she was, but there were two.
Very interesting that if these accusations are true.
Well, those two were telling. No, just like believe them too.
We're Don Amiche, everybody. Kristen, Shante, Carmel, Blake. We're off Monday. Happy New Year. We'll see you next year. The best of the Voice of Reason coming up next right here on your KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Kanye West is reportedly missing. The rapper's former business manager says Kanye has been on the fly for weeks over a lawsuit being brought against him. Thomas St. John is currently suing Kanye for nearly $5 million, but the suit can't move forward until the rapper is served the necessary legal documents. Southwest Airlines is getting